spiritual festival, and we are almost at the tail end of it, it being the 13th day today. And it's all about manifesting with light. And before we start manifesting, let's first get our angelic message from Nupurji. So, Nupurji, what are your light angels saying to us today? Over to you.
Thank you so much, Minuji, for giving me this platform to read one card, which has been designed by the light energies. And I have these cards in my hand. And today is the 13th day. For some people, it is unlucky day. For us, for me especially, 13 is an amazing day, an amazing day. So on this date, on this number is very lucky for me. And it has given me lovely experiences also. So let's take out a card for today for 13.
Yes, please continue.
Okay. So it says yes, just yes to whatever is happening, just manifesting, and this is the card. Can you see this?
Yes.
Only three angels, they are saying yes. So everything what we have done up till now, and whatever we are going to do after this festival also, it is all yes and positive. So with this positive energy and lots of energy, positivity in all of us, let's start. So over to Minuji. Thank you.
So that was a big yes from the angels, from the universe for manifesting. Yes, go ahead and manifest with light. So thank you, Nupurji, for that beautiful confirmation from the universe. Thank you. And I will now introduce our observer for the evening. So I've changed the word to observer from expert. So he is we all know him. He's been with us throughout our journey of these 15 days, and he has inspired and motivated us with his comments. So we welcome him again to observe and at the end summarize and ask questions. And I love his mantra. It is get inspired, but don't emulate. Make your own path. So that's really very inspiring, motivational, whatever you would like to call it. So thank you, Harmeet, for joining in with us today again. And now I go on to introduce our first guest of the evening, Meenu Marial. She's a very enlightened guest with us today. We have a really enlightened one. She's an acclaimed author, a visionary, a mystique, and a global influencer as well. She was once a very authoritative figure in the business world, a high-flying corporate executive in Europe, Asia, and Australia. And today she is transformed completely into a seer, which is truly amazing. And she has a vision to touch the world with, to help people achieve miracles. And thanks to her innumerable spiritual awakenings, we are getting the advantage of it all today. So she's now again amongst the high flyers, you could say, but this time as a spiritual guide. And her philosophy centers around how you behave every day, because that determines your ability to manifest miracles. So her first book was the Be book, coming from how to behave. So it came there, and it has been a worldwide bestseller 9 times already. So she loves to paint, and she writes as she receives, and she shares her divine guidance. And we are really obliged to her for being here with us today. And she's going to create magic with how to manifest with the speed of light. So I welcome you, Meenuji. Over to you now.
Thank you, Meenuji and Nupurji and Shabana and everyone who's here. Thank you very much for having me. So I'm here in Dubai right now, and really looking forward to sharing what chooses to come forth for our session today. Manifesting at the speed of light. So there are different elements to this, to manifest at the speed of light. You know, we have there is an actual formula which determines the speed of light, which is like it just moves so fast. So, there is the formula. And I'm actually saying, what I'm actually sharing is something which is perhaps even beyond or even faster than the speed of light. So let's look at how you can actually make that happen. For that, let's first begin with the word manifest itself. And if I was to look at, well, what does manifest actually mean? It has got three parts that make up this word: man, I, fest. And man is a short form for human. So being human is being the frequency of love, being in the frequency of love. So love is not inside of us, it's not outside of us. It is who we are when we are being human. And it's an amplifying vibrational frequency. So that amplified vibrational frequency applied to I, which is our soul presence, actually amplifies our soul presence. And then adding to that, an expansive vibration of fest, which is festival, the celebratory vibe, creates a powerful regenerative impact of ongoing manifestation. And you land in a space of knowing that if I am, I manifest. I mean, it's just so. So the thing is, the fact that you are human, I am human, we are connected to each other as humans here. We already have, every cell in our being has got this amplifying frequency of love. There was a very interesting photograph shared by, one of my amazing friends, and she just shared this photograph of the holographic presence of when somebody puts love in their heart, as opposed to someone who's just is not very conscious, is just carrying on with their day. So holographically, their heart resonance was measured. And what they found was the love in the heart was about at least 100,000, 170,000 bigger and more expansive holographically than those which were just walking around unconsciously or just getting on with their day. My point here is, how does that happen? It happens because you, in that space, when you are plugged into love, you are in your truth. In your truth, you are plugged into your soul presence. Your soul presence actually, is unencumbered. Nothing stops it. It has access to resources beyond what you could even have imagined. And therefore, as a soul being amplified with the vibrational frequency of love, which is your physical presence of being human, you know that anything you want, anything you wish, anything you desire, it occurs, it manifests. It's just so. Then all that remains to be done is to celebrate. And in your celebration, there's a very important question that I often ask people to ask, which is, ask the question, how much better can it get? And it starts to regenerate very rapidly. So that's the first rule, if you like, to manifest at the speed of light, understanding manifest itself, what that is, in this way. And if you did nothing but just simply consciously chose to be in your human vibe, focusing your attention into your heart. In my meditations, I often say, breathe into your heart, love, kindness, and compassion. Breathe out gratitude and peace, because I know what it's doing to the holographic presence of each person. Each of us, we are the same. And that takes me to the second nugget that I want to talk about in the context of manifest at the speed of light. And this is light itself. Who are we? We literally are that consciousness speck created by the creator in the form of light. We each have that light within us. And remember, what comes in the way of manifestation? Confusion that we might create, and that often comes from when we find ourselves in a dark space. But hey, we are light, that speck of light of consciousness of the creator. And I know, you go into a pitch dark room, even that tiny little tip of an agarbatti, lights up the place. It's not dark anymore. I'll let you into a secret, and some of you who've read the B book would probably know it. One of my strange hobbies as a child was exploring underground passages in old palaces and old temples in India. Now, but I started doing it when I was 9, and I continued all the way till I was 13, 14, until it was like absolutely not kosher to do that. And the adults found out. So then I stopped. But by the time I got to 11, I started becoming more and more adventurous, and I totally knew how to find where the entrance to the underground passage would be. So we were at this particular fort in a town in India, and I found this passage, and it felt like this was going to be a nice long one. And me and a cousin of mine, we used to do it. So off we go, we find it, and we're super excited. We find it, we enter the passage, and it's pitch dark. I mean, like, normally you go in, it's pitch dark, but this was a long one. So we used to have a torch with us, which we had stolen from, a drawer at home. So we went down a bit, and it was quite exciting to go in and see. And we saw various entrances that we could go into. But it was time to go home, so we go back home. And then when we got home, our parents found out that we had taken the torch, so we got a telling off. So the torch was confiscated, but we couldn't help ourselves. We had to go the next day and enter this underground passage again. So off we go. Now, how are we going to get some light so that we could actually find which tunnel we are going to go into? Then my cousin said, well, why don't we just buy a beedi? Those the Indian local cigarettes. And we're like, I'm 11, he's 10 or something. We're like really tiny. He does manage to get one. And of course, we were not smoking. We were only needed it for the light. My point of saying this is, I know even if a tiny sliver of light is there, it's not dark anymore. So we go in, it's pitch dark, you can't see anything. And that little bit of puff, and that the beady light comes on, and we could see exactly where we were going to go. We were there on vacation. It was a summer vacation. Now we were going to stay there for 7 days. 5 out of the 7 days, that little bit of that beady thing, we had our tunnels carved out, and we had the most exciting adventures, some of them quite scary and gruesome as well, but it was pretty amazing. But my point there is, that was the discovery. It was like such a light bulb moment for me, and that in itself is illuminating to realize, light bulb moment. That means whenever I'm in a dark space, there's a light within me. Because I saw it physically there, that tiny little splinter of light, it was not dark anymore. So let's look at this second very important ingredient for you to manifest at the speed of light. The secret lies in light itself, which is the lightness of being. If you are heavy about what you wish to manifest, that manifestation does not flow to you. You don't even realize or recognize, you're so loaded. So the key here is lightness of being. What does lightness of being actually do? The lightness of being keeps you in the knowingness that you are light. You were born light before you got this human form. So any form of denseness that you might experience is really just here to pass. It's as if it's coming, if you look at if you have a vacuum suction and you take the vacuum suction, put it on your hand, it sucks it really hard, right? Now, what is the vacuum suction doing when you put it on dust? It literally sucks the dust out. So if there was any heaviness that came to you, it really was there as a magnet to suck out of your field, out of your orbit, any heaviness that you may have loaded yourself with. So find that lightness of being by reconnecting to the knowingness that you are light. You are light because that is how you were born. And your birth is when your soul being was born. And soul being was just simply light. So lightness of being, and lightness of being what? Being who? Being human. Because you are a human. So, and a human being is being human. So lightness of being human, you immediately plugged into the amplification frequency of love. So your lightness of being amplifies. You remain anchored and stationed in your presence. And you plug into your heart and you start completely expanding holographically. The moment you start asking, wow, how much better can it get? Now let's go into some nuances of this formula of manifestation itself. Who are the key players and how do you work with them? Now here I'm talking to you because you are an important player. You're not the key player. You're an important player because you're the one that sets the agenda for what it is that you wish to manifest. But the key player in this is the universe. The universe is your servant. Many of you have heard me say this when I've talked previously. The universe is in service of you. Now, the universe is the same universe that services you as much as it services me, as much as it services the bus conductor, or as much as it services that little baby in a cot. It's the same universe, but it is in service of each one of us. How does it personalize its service to us? It personalizes its service to us by connecting how it operates to what we are vibrating. So it has only one modus operandi. Otherwise, this one universe would not be able to service so many of us. And its only modus operandi is to apply a multiplier effect. What does it apply a multiplier effect to? To what you are vibrating. So the universe services us by being completely plugged into your sensory system. Your eyes, your ears, your nose, your tongue, your feeling. So it's kinesthetically plugged into us. It is auditorily plugged into us. It is visually plugged into our senses. So you may or may not speak the words of your vibrations. The universe knows based on what it is that is your sensory systems are communicating to it. So it based on that, they become its instructions and it goes on and multiplies them. So by starting this session, Manifest at the Speed of Light, by me saying to you, understand, manifest is man, I fest. Man is a human. I am love. I amplify. I am the soul presence, which is light. And I celebrate this every step of the way. So I multiply and amplify it. that puts you immediately into a lightness of being, and you celebrate some more by saying, wow, how much better can it get? The universe goes, okay, she likes that. Let's give her more to know how much better can it get. So now, once you understand this is just simply the mechanics of it, of how the universe, a key player in your ability to manifest at the speed of light, operates. Let's understand how the universe delivers. The moment you desire something, the universe only picks up the vibrations that you are communicating to it as you declare your desires. You may declare it through your sensory systems, or you may declare it verbally, and it delivers it immediately. It says, aha, how much better can it get? Okay, she's vibrating, she's in a space of love, and she's unleashed in her soul presence, and she's unblocked, and she's eternal, she's unstoppable, and I am going to multiply that. And that's what it does. When I go into, okay, I'm going to take on manifestation. So whatever you may be vibrating, the universe simply multiplies that, and it delivers it in an instant. So the moment you say, I want something, the universe plugs into the vibration of that and delivers it. Now, when we make a declaration, like, I want this, it's very pure. The universe takes it, delivers it. Where it gets cluttered and cloudy is when we start thinking, oh, but that's really silly, or we might giggle, completely undermining ourselves. The universe now goes, okay, well, maybe she wants more of that. So it delivers your desires immediately, delivers what you want to manifest immediately. From that point on, you are on that journey, the human journey of humanly manifesting that which you have desired in your reality. It's already delivered to you vibrationally. It's whether you will accept that vibrational presence in your reality is the journey that you embark on. And that journey is the one that has got a whole collection of blocks, hurdles, barriers that are a creation of our mind. And a mind is really, it's only about spatial awareness. But how does the mind communicate where it's at is through your thoughts. And your thoughts culminate into your beliefs, and your beliefs give you the experience of your world. So once you understand that what is a belief? A belief is a thought that you think a lot. It's a thought that you keep thinking. So once you understand that that is what a belief is, and it's just a thought that I think a lot, is a thought that I keep thinking, then I simply have to think a different thought if I'm not completely comfortable with what I have. And I just have to think it a lot. Now, why am I saying you take that on and transform your beliefs? So the universe totally gets that, okay, you mean business here. You've already placed your order, I've delivered it, and you are now, on this path, and you are taking one step after another, and you're concertedly moving forward because you mean business to manifest it in your human reality. And you start seeing more and more evidence of that. The universe already knows it's delivered to you. It doesn't require any more evidence. It's only our human mind requires that evidence. So for that, be conscious about what your thoughts are. So what I do there is, once you understand the universe is plugged into your sensory system, I go into, okay, this is what I want to manifest. If I actually had this, what would I look like? Okay, if I was looking that way, what sort of words am I using? What am I saying? Okay, if I'm looking that way and saying these words, what am I feeling? And then it's like, okay, if this is where I'm at. Others who are looking at me, having just manifested what I desire, and they're looking at me. What do they look like looking at me, experiencing this manifestation? What sort of words are they using? And what are they feeling? And then you go, God, thank you. How much better can it get? Now you're vibing the vibe of your desires that have already been delivered in your personal energy vortex. You're very, very likely to receive a phone call or something, a, a doorbell rings and you have exactly what you ordered. I was doing a program called The Journey into Miracles, which I do from time to time. And there were people from different parts of the world. And one of them was quite a Grammy award-winning music director. And he had just been hired to do a really major game. He was going to do a music rendition of that particular game. And it was a really big assignment that he'd gotten. And he needed to get these screens that would cover his entire wall. And he'd seen it. And it wasn't quite what he wanted. And he talked to his business manager that, this is what I need. I really need to experience being in the middle of the game as I'm designing this music. We are doing the Journey to Miracles, a doorbell rings. And we've talked about this. I took him into his energy vortex where the rockets of desires have all been delivered. And he sees all of this stuff, comes out of it, and literally within seconds even, the doorbell rings. He opens the doorway and there is this huge delivery van, that is actually delivering this equipment to him. He hasn't even ordered it. He's seen it. And it is exactly what he wanted to have. And of course, a few minutes later, he gets a call from his business manager saying, I felt that this is the right one for you. Well, it was there in his energy. And he was just sharing. It was in my energy vortex. I saw it. And it's here for reality, in reality. And we see it from time to time, like going in the parking fairy, as they call it, as they call her sometimes, where people say, oh, I'd really wish I could find a parking place. And they visualize a parking place. This is the same thing. You visualize it, it's delivered, and lo and behold, you find it. It's only when you have bigger stuff, you carry with it an undertone of worry. And that's where the universe doesn't know now what you want. Okay, but to manifest at the speed of light, you always begin with manifest, your inner vibe, put it out to the universe. How much better can it get? Show it to me. Step into that lightness of being. And if you have any, create a thought, and which could simply be whatever I desire, I know it's already delivered. And from that point on, I just know it's going to get better and better and better. And I feel it. Think that thought a lot. It starts to become your belief. Your belief starts to give you your world. Your words start to match the world that you're living in. And your sensory system is plugged into that. So a very important action for you to take in the context of anything that you wish to manifest, really get into, if I actually, clearly I've declared I want this, the universe has delivered it. It's in my energy vortex. Okay, so shine the light. Whose light? Your light. Shine the light into it. Show me. What do I look like once I've got this? What do I sound like? What do I feel like? Others looking at me? Show me. Zoom out your light and look at other people and anchor for yourself. What do they look like? What sort of words are they using? What do they feel like? You start to master manifesting at the speed of light. Find those little instances, big instances where you have experienced it, and share how you felt when that occurred. And never forget to end your sentence with, wow, I'm grateful for this. How much better can it get? Over to you, Meenaji.
I love that line. How much better can it get? I really don't know how much better it can get. Thank you so much, Minuji. That was simply awesome and really very enlightening. Thank you.
Before we go to the next speaker, I would like to say Minuji was awesome.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you, Rajvin, for adding that.
Thank you, Ajvin. Thank you. Means a lot to me
Yes.
hearing.
Thank you. So
Thank
we move on to Dr. Nupur Srivastavana, our next speaker. She is, of course, a very high vibrational angel for us all and spreads light all around us. And she has, of course, she is a director over here and it's her own platform, but I still welcome her back to her own platform. And she's going to talk about how to magnify and manifest with the speed of light. So I invite you, Dr. Nupurji, please take over.
Thank you so much, Meenuji, for giving me the platform to listen to my talk and my views, of course, and what I do. And yes, with Meenuji just finished her talk about how to manifest with the speed of light. So I will also talk about how to manifest with crystal and how you can amplify the energies which you are channeling through crystals. Even you can manifest if you charge the crystal, or if you are a practitioner, energy healer, or practitioner, you can charge the crystal and amplify your healing, which is being done by many Reiki practitioners. And I will give you an overview, and then in the last, I will share something which you may not be knowing, and that is what our purpose is all about, sharing the knowledge which is really nobody knows about. So let me share the screen. Sorry. Let me check 1 minute where my screen has gone. So here I am. I'm going to share my screen. Something went wrong, and I have to share it. Something went wrong. I'm so sorry. Some glitches do come. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
It's loading still, maybe the network issue or something.
Yeah, could be that.
Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, absolutely fine now.
So here I am with so many crystals. And I have a passion with crystals. I use a lot of crystals. I wear a lot of crystals. I collect a lot of crystals. So I have a passion working with crystals. So let me tell you something about crystals. Crystals. I think so. I remembered Sheetalji has already discussed many things about crystals, different types of crystal and how it has been used. Still, I will give a short revision also. So what are crystals? Crystals are semi-precious stones used in healing and are believed to possess unique properties and can be positively impact our physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being by scientific basis for their effectiveness remains unproven, but still, use in healing practices dates back centuries across various cultures around the world. Now, there are different types of crystals. Crystals are naturally occurring mineral formations with a regular repeating geometric structure. And this geometric structure is used for healing amplification. Semi-precious stones are often more colorful and diverse than gemstone, but hold lesser value, but be used. That means for us, any kind of gem, any kind of stone, we can amplify the energy through it. What are the healing properties? They are physical healing, emotional healing, spiritual healing. Now, ways to use the crystal for healing, wearing them as jewelry. Of course, I also wear it. Many of you people must be wearing it. Placing them on the body while doing the meditation, carrying them in your pocket or purse, or meditating with them, and creating crystal grids. That is a kind of arrangement through which we can amplify the energy healing. High vibrational healing energies are channeled to those vibrational grids, crystal grids. Now, you should always remember effectiveness of crystal healing is subjective and varies from person to person. The channeler, the person who is channeling the healing or charging the crystal, it depends on that person also, on the master also. And the one who is using it, he should be open to receive the healings from the crystals. Those crystals should not be considered as a substitute for professional medical or therapeutic support. So you should choose crystals that resonate with you and your specific need. Now, for me, I would tell you something that whenever I feel that this crystal is for me, I will be craving for that crystal and it should come to me. And it really comes to me. Like Minuji has said that when you put the intention that, yes, you want this crystal and you manifest it, and yes, the universe hears and it comes right to you. It will create a channel through which it can reach you. Now, there should be clear intention for your crystal use, and you have to be very, very patient with the healing process. It can take long time, longer than you can think of. So overall, crystals are and semi-precious stones used in healing offer a complementary approach to well-being. It is not a substitute, while their scientific validity remains a subject of debate. Their use can provide comfort, focus, and sense of connection to something greater than oneself. Of course, we are connected to divine, that light. Whether you seek physical, emotional, or spiritual healing, exploring the world of crystals can be very enriching and transformative experience. Even you are seeing a crystal behind me, and on the screen also, you must be falling in love with crystals. Now, shapes of crystal. Crystal shapes can help to amplify your intention and your experience with them. Choosing a crystal shape that pairs well with your intention will enhance and magnify your transformation or your desires which you have, which you want to manifest. Crystals come in stunning shapes, different shapes, which holds its unique beauty. You can see the beautiful crystal which I have put up, and potential energies. While I can't delve into potential harmful association, but I'd love to share some fascinating types of crystal shapes and their enduring meanings. So let's move ahead. Natural crystal shapes, which we use normally, points, clusters. This is the cluster which is down below. Then geodes, then it is similar kind, the way it is found in the nature, that is called geode. Then druzy, And then it is glittering one, which you have seen in the preceding slide. Then twinned crystal, that is two crystals which are joined together. So they balance duality and complementary energies. Now, shapes. Shapes are very important. Shapes are there. So many different shapes are available in the market also, and you can find it. Spheres, which represent fullness, unity, 360 degrees energy flow. I'm telling you because we can magnify all those energies with these crystals. Excellent for promoting balance and integration. Then eggs, it is oval in shape. It symbolizes potential and new beginning, rebirth, useful for attracting fresh opportunities and growth. Then pyramids. Many people are using pyramids. Pyramids are associated with grounding, stability, and amplifying focus energy, ideal for manifestation and clearing negative. Then hearts. Heart represent love, compassion, emotional healing, perfect for promoting self-love, attracting love partnerships. Then carving that can depict animal figures, angels, symbols, each holding specific meanings as per your belief system or your personal choice. Now, how we can amplify energy through different shapes of crystals. So points and moons. What they do, points are like these, which I have kept a picture down below. Focused energies, the sharp point, direct healing towards specific areas of the body or chakra. So you hold the point towards the body, and then you can clear out the energy or you can give healing. Great for targeting pain relief, clearing the blockages and activating specific intention. Then amplifying the intention. They also amplify intention by directing energy towards personal goals like manifestation, motivation, or clearing the negativity. Spheres and eggs, they balance energy, even flow of energy in these shapes promote overall well-being, harmony, and integration. It is useful for balancing chakras, grounding emotions, and creating a sense of peace. Universal healing, it also gives all kind of healing, physical, emotional, and spiritual balance. Now clusters, they are the crystal which is found as it is in the nature. It has lot of energy, abundant energy, and all this energy is coming out of the cluster, and it creates supportive and uplifting atmosphere. If you keep one cluster in your home will be vibrating with positive energy. You don't have to, charge it also, because it is naturally charged. And it attracts abundance, promote group healing, and collective positive energy is also boosted up. And it has, it has the potential for inner growth and hidden healing power. It is used for self-discovery, releasing negativity, and accessing deeper levels of healing. Now, pyramids and cones, they are widely used nowadays, and many people don't know it also. Then also they are using it. But it is good. They can keep it. Grounding and stability is there. There's strong base and focus effects. When you hold the pyramid, the center from where the point is, and you feel the energy, you can feel it in your palm. So there's strong base and focus effects facilitate grounding, stability, and clearing the negativity. It helps in stabilizing emotions, clearing blockages, and anchoring intention. And I, most of the time, when I give my advice to people, I ask them to buy a pyramid and just put your intention, write your intention now on a small piece of paper and keep it under it and forget about it. Your desires will definitely be fulfilled. And I have seen it many times that it has been fulfilled. So it can amplify specific healing energy or targeted purposes like chakra balancing, pain, or intention setting. I've done that. So I have, seen results. Now, hearts and ovals, as it says, you can see hearts dancing. Love and compassion, these shapes resonate with the heart chakra, promoting self-love, emotional healing, and attracting love relationship. Useful for fostering kindness, forgiveness, and inner peace. It is very gently healing your, gentle energy and ideal for, soothing your anxieties, offering comfort and support. Even if you hold the heart, rose gold heart, you will feel so relaxed and you will feel that you are receiving energy inside your heart area. And ovals, yes, oval is small oval which can be carried in your wallet or in your purse, in your handbag, and it is also helpful in releasing your worries or channeling your intention, whatever you want to, and manifesting desires. Now, choosing the right shape is most effective when aligned with your specific healing needs and intention. You have to go by your instincts. And if you are consulting any spiritual healer, you should consult them which shape is best suited for you. Combine crystal shape with other healing practices like meditation, affirmation, or Reiki for an integrated approach. You should be practicing some energy healing system. Trust your intuition and choose crystals that resonate with you on a personal level. One thing I would like to say is many of us, they are attracted to a particular crystal when they need it. For myself, I would say I got my first crystal. It was labradorite. I never have heard about it. I just, I was attracted to it when I went to a showroom and I saw that labradorite. My God, it is so beautiful. And I bought it. And I held it and I felt so connected to it. As if the crystal was calling me, okay, buy me. So crystal also connect to you. As you connect to the crystal, they also connect to you. Crystals are tools, not magic solution. Consistent effort and self-care are crucial for sustainable healing. So they are not magic, but yes, you can create magic with crystals. Now, how to manifest with crystals? Crystals are believed to possess unique properties that can amplify intention and aid in manifestation. Now, here you should use crystal that align with your intention. For example, clear quartz amplify energy and intention. Citrine attracts abundance and prosperity. Amethyst enhances creativity and intuition. Green aventurine promotes harmony and new beginning. And of course, abundance also. Rose quartz attract love and compassion. Now, how to use crystal? Of course, we should be using crystal with care. So first you have to cleanse and charge your crystal by smudging, by soaking in water, by keeping in sunlight for charging, sunlight or moonlight for charging. Then you have to have clear intention written on a piece of paper or set it in your mind and write down your intention clearly and concisely. That is very, very important. Short, targeted, laser sharp intention. It should be. Focus on what you want to manifest, not what you lack. Use positive affirmation to reinforce your intention. Again, I would say incorporate crystals into your daily practices. Meditate with crystal cracks, carry crystals with you. I wear crystals, so I really love to be with crystals and create a crystal grid where you can amplify your energies by setting up your intention. And yes, trust the process. Manifestation takes time and consistent effort. You can't do it in one day. Be patient and continue to focus on your intention. It takes long time. Sometimes it just get it done in just few seconds, but sometimes it takes longer than usual. Express gratitude for what you have already manifested. So crystals are a tool to support your intention, not a substitute for action. You have to take action. If you're not taking any action, nothing will happen. So take inspired action towards your goals and let the crystal amplify your energy and guide you towards manifestation. Now, for amplifying and magnifying the energy. The concept of amplifying healing divine light through crystal is rooted in spiritual beliefs and practices that view crystal as vessels or conduits for channeling celestial energy. While the scientific basis for this remains unproven, but I have done a lot of research on this and I have done experiments also where it was really, you can say that the energy was felt by the people who are using the crystals. So many find it a powerful tool for enhancing their sense of connection to divine and promoting physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. So, some ways, vibrational resonance. This is what I use. Crystals are believed to possess unique vibrational frequencies that align with the amplified specific aspects of the divine. Different stones resonate with different aspects of healing energy, like love, compassion, protection, or grounding. By intentionally choosing crystals aligned with your desired healing intention, you can create a harmonious resonance that attracts and amplifies the specific healing divine light you see. So, when I'm channeling the energy, I can charge any crystal around the globe. And when this energy travels, it travels with the speed of light because what I'm channeling is not only vibration, it is a divine light. And when it is channeled towards crystal, the energy amplifies multiples. Now, crystals are believed to absorb, filter out all the negative energies, creating a clear channel for pure healing light to flow. It doesn't matter if it is of not very clear or top quality, it doesn't matter. Crystal is crystal as it is, even if it is of low quality, it can be very powerful too. And healing light, once it is charged with healing light, healing energy, it becomes very, very alive like, throbbing heart. Crystals can also focus and concentrate the divine light, directing it towards specific areas of need in your body, aura, or environment. Techniques like crystal grid, laying stone on body can facilitate this focus channeling. So when I give healing, I ask people to keep crystals with them. Then also the healing is amplified. I wear crystals so that I am channeling healing. It will be reaching the person who needs healing. It reaches with amplified energy. Activation and intention. When we are setting intention, I'm setting the intention. It is very crucial. It should be really very sharp and focused. Then only it will. Visualization also helps. When I'm channeling healing, I'm not talking about anyone else. It is my way. And when I'm channeling healing, I really visualize what is happening and where it is happening. And I can see what is there and I channel healing there. And that is what it gives multiplied healing to amplified healing to the person who needs healing. Because I'm wearing crystals. So whatever I'm channeling, it is amplified and going to the receiver. Now, combining crystals with other spiritual practices like prayer, affirmation, or Reiki can create a powerful synergistic effect. Each element enhances the other, creating a richer and deeper channel for healing divine light to flow. So I never ask anyone to stop their prayer. Whatever prayer they are doing, I ask them, okay, you do keep doing. And when I'm channeling healing, even through crystals, even through my own channel, or if they are using, the patient is using crystals, energy is amplified and really magnified in multiple, and results are visible. Especially it is visible in medical cases because there the doctors are monitoring, and I'm getting, you know, every day, every morning and evening report. So I can monitor what's going on. And when you monitor what's going on, you can always change the frequency level and vibrational level of your healing energy and healing. So the key is to create a personalized ritual that I have created and that resonates with you, fosters a sense of connection to the divine and your own inner healing energy. So you have to be very, patient and consistent. It is a very powerful tool. Crystals are really very powerful tool. Trust your intention when you are choosing your crystal. And connect by actively engaging with crystals and cultivating a connection to the divine light. You can create a powerful tool for supporting your well-being on all levels. Remember, the journey of healing is personal. Incorporating crystal into your spiritual practices can be deeply enriching and transformative experience. Forget Wi-Fi. Connect with the cosmic law, crystals, nature's high vibrational and frequency router, amplifying your healing vibes to the universe, and you are going to really manifest your desires. Thank you very much for listening to me and all my whatever I have belief system. And for the last thing, which I say that yes, I will give you something which I never reveal to anyone. Today I'm revealing it. Whenever I charge the crystal, it is charged forever.
Wow.
And that is possible. And you can feel when it is live. So whenever you are connecting to me, if you want your crystal to be charged, feel the energy. You will never regret getting it charged. So thank you very much. Over to Minuji.
Thank you so much, Nupurji, especially the last awesome forever. Wow. Thank you. So it was a wonderful presentation and very knowledgeable as well, informative. So I invite Harmit now to take over. Yes, Harmitji.
Thank you, Minuji. So I think today's session, without even an iota of doubt, when this festival started, I was actually kind of going through my the plan of for the next 15 days, and I'm like, okay, when is Mainuji's topic of discussion coming? I've got to be making sure that my sensories are all up to listen to her. And before I come to you, Nupur ma'am, I kept listening to this lovely presentation you made on the crystals, but I'll tell you something. And this is extremely nothing to do with the fact that we talk and you're my guide. The fact is, you are a crystal in yourself. The infectious ability, the way that you, with innocence that you and the passion that you say, is good enough to bring such a wide smile. And I'm looking at you and I'm saying, listen, I don't know about the crystal. I can see a crystal sitting in front of us, and the way you're actually talking, the way you are connecting with the subject itself is the passion, and that's the light. So,
Absolutely.
that's my something which is coming in my head, and I had to say that.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so
coming,
much.
and before I go on, my own questions to both of the eminent speakers, anyone on the forum that would have any questions they want to ask, any point that they want to clarify on the manifestations, on the light, on the crystal, please feel free to come in.
Nupurji,
Yeah, Raju.
you are my favorite fan, and I'm going to manifest the crown. This morning, I just sent yesterday's presentation to my boss, and I'm going to send the whole group. And I even tagged Mavin in the social media, if you noticed. And I am actually going to manifest the crown, no matter whatever title, Miss Congeniality or whatever. And you have taught me how to manifest the crown. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Rajvi.
Yeah, today I was feeling a bit under the weather because my sinuses got back, and when I have something to do, I really persevere. I really strive through. And I say I can do it. I'm gonna stay up today. I'm gonna stay up tomorrow or so. It's gonna be the best. It's amazing, Malaysia. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rajvin, for being with us. Thank you very much.
Any questions that anyone has before I have my own questions that I would then kind of run. It seems everyone is extremely clarified on everything, and I love that.
I think you should go ahead with your questions.
Okay.
I have one
Okay.
question.
Okay. Yeah, please.
Yeah, Nupurji, you mentioned you put your wish inside the triangle. So it could be any triangle or any specific triangle you are mentioning.
I couldn't get you. Again, please repeat.
So during your presentation, you mentioned put your wish inside the triangle.
Not triangle. No, pyramid.
Pyramid, yes.
Crystal pyramid. Crystal pyramid. Yes.
So it could be any crystal pyramid or some.
It should be organ pyramid or clear quartz.
Okay, yeah.
And depending on your intention, like I said, if you want a relationship, then you use rose quartz pyramid. Likewise, as per your need, you can discuss with me, and everyone has personal needs. So accordingly, we prescribe the crystals, and then you can put your intention under the pyramids.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Lovely. Okay, Manu ma'am, coming to you. I think you beautifully kind of broke down the manifest part between the three factors, and I think there couldn't have been an easier way for lesser mortals like us to understand that there is man, there is I, and then there's the festival. The fest of the manifestation and the fact that you are the light. So I think it's just beautifully broken down, and I think it makes much more simpler to kind of get into the whole idea of manifestation with the way you broke that down. Now, I have one question, and I was very keenly listening to the fact that you had these fancies of going into the underground tunnels, and in one of the sessions that I picked up this issue was, I said the darkness allows the light to come out because it's in the darkness. So darkness is not the problem. The problem actually lies in the uncertainty in the darkness. And that uncertainty kind of goes away with the light which comes from within, or however you want to feel that way. And when I was listening to you, I realized the fact that when you didn't have the torch and you went with the BD and you said, and I'm not holding you to that. I'm just from a very hypothetical position, that when you have the BD, even though that light technically is not good enough to light the room, does it in any which ways give you a sense, or the person a sense of understanding that, I have somehow been able to, in this dark room, I don't have that uncertainty anymore. And there's a ray of hope, and that you actually go within to make yourself comfortable with your surrounding, which itself is also another way of saying that there is light coming in, because you're actually getting the uncertainty out and you're navigating your darkness. Would I be right in coming to that conclusion, or I can have an alternative? What's your opinion on that?
I can share from real experience here. So actually you should have a go at it where it is completely pitch dark. Just have an agarbatti. You will be surprised at, like our pupils, when they go into darkness, they just can't see anything at all, right? But our eyes are a part of a sensory system, right? So not only are they there to show us, they're also there to have us see what is really being shown, right? Have a sense what is really being shown, right? So when in the darkness, when your pupils, like after a while adjust and you start seeing, like in a dark cinema hall or something, there is the magic of that kind that occurs, right? So there with the BD, absolutely, the BD is no comparison to a torch. A torch bhi choti si thi, but regardless, it's not a comparison to the torch. You can't focus it anywhere on anything. What it did do was, it really did recalibrate our pupils, and it allowed us to feel confident that in the next step we were taking, we weren't going to go down a big hole. And I think in practical terms, it was like it gave us that confidence, I guess, to take the next step next, and the next step next, and the next step next, until it was time to make the choices of which tunnel we are going to go into. But it feels light, it feels more lit up than you would normally give a credit to a BD or a agarbatti. It actually, in a pitch darkness, it lights it up far more than you.
No, I agree with you. I've actually done it with the agarbatti myself. But what I was coming from a different perspective, not literally from the light perspective, I was coming from the point, does the fact that psychologically that thing, even though you are in a position to, kind of navigate with whatever light, because your pupils and your scientifically the body adjusts it. But is there something which says, listen, because even with that spectrum of light, which might not be equivalent to a torch, it is giving me that capability to overcome the uncertainty or the fear within that darkness and reach beyond the boundaries and start navigating.
You start feeling certain that, okay, I can safely take the next step. So in amidst the uncertainty that's there in the darkness, you actually become anchored in a state of certainty. And then you focus on the next
certainty.
step. Yeah, that's what happens.
Okay.
And one
more thing that I have, and sorry.
No, I was just going to say, when you do this kind of explorations, once you're in an underground passage, you have to get out the other side. Vapis jana bada mushkil, you cannot get back. It's practically, at that age, I could not figure out how to get back. So it was like you had to go all the way through to the other side.
Coming firstly from my life experiences, and I would say I've been through many tunnels of life, and the tunnels I've walked in with my own desire to be in that. And when I look back and I'm like, okay, I'm there, and I really don't know where the end point is. But then it's never occurred to me that there is the reverse gear. You might as well go there. Yeah, you somewhere you got to find, or you make the tunnel your home, and eventually you will reach. But there is nothing to in terms of going back. So it doesn't come. I have another one question, and when I was listening to you, it popped up from a manifestation point. And I was going through my own journey, and I realized when I was starting my career 24 years back, obviously the intelligence level was far more lesser than it is today. And you were in the most mundane, the most, I would say, raw form, where you're going out, you had the energy, you wanted to prove your point to yourself, get the cars, get the money, get the positions, and you went with it. And I realized that as I reached a certain level in the corporate world and I became more intelligent, the things which worked for me, because I didn't have any doubt. It was like, okay, I need this, I need this, I need it, and I'll go ahead and get it. And I remember when I was, in one of the jobs, I was on the verge of buying a new car, and I said, I'm going to buy this. Somebody said, why would you buy a CRV? So I said, how the hell can he say, how can I buy a CRV? I said, no, मैं BMW खरीदूंगा. And then for the next 5 months, all I did was think about a BMW. And I quit that job. And my whole process of getting the next salary was, okay, if I make 1 crore and I need to buy a 50 lakh car, and I'm talking about 15 years back, I was not even the idea कि मैं खरीद पाऊंगा कि नहीं, कैसे करूंगा. It was not even in my brain. It was just point blank. Good, bad, ugly was not even existent. You got to do it. And then I realized that once I became smarter and more intelligent, it also became, in a way, started dusting that rawness which I had. And I would like, as you were rightly saying, while we were thinking and talking about something, the vibration was somewhere else. So is there some way in that journey where when you are, you become more intelligent, you become more logical, the logical mind tends to take over your capability to act. It's a different world, and the vibration world is different. Now, if you get back to one is the rawness, one you become intelligent, and then you start and saying, okay, no, what I'm thinking, what I'm talking, all needs to be aligned in one direction. So sometimes can intelligence and being a little too smart can be the downplay in terms of actually being very pure in your manifestation capabilities.
Yeah, there's a lot of what ifs start to happen, and a lot of it's never happened before. A lot of evidential based justification start to load up our undertone, and that undertone starts to become burdensome to that very smooth path that the universe is looking for. So magic starts to disappear, so it's like, that's why I like the sequencing of man, I, fast, and embodying the lightness of being, and then really going for how much better can it get, and acknowledging where things have gotten better and asking it again. It gets you back into that wonderment. It gets you back into that the magic and masti of childlike wonder. And the universe, all you have to do is just acknowledge that wow, this actually does feel good, and lightness of being is there, and wow, universe, how much better can it get? And in no time at all, you realize that, my gosh, you're manifesting left, right, and center. So the logical focus only on the logic side creates an energetic fracture between the left and the right brain. And it's a very real fracture, actually, energetically, and that requires a physiological correction. There's a particular breath that I teach people, which allows them to join up the left and the right brain together again. There's a way in which I guide them to exercise, part of their morning practice that gets the left and the right brain joined up again. And there's a particular posture that I get people to do. So it is a very real thing, this energetic fracture between the left and the right brain. And it happens where we, only go after logic. It also can happen when you only stay in a state of just creative euphoria without anchoring it in reality. The moment you anchor something in reality, the perfect amount of logic comes in.
True.
So any fracture starts to repair itself. So your question is a very valid one, a very important one, and for people to be aware, okay, it's very real breakdown in the
Yeah, because when I heard you, I went, within those seconds, I just went into my last 25 years. I said, okay.
we can't hear you.
Seems to have dropped.
Some internet issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's also linked with the doubt. So sometimes there is too much light. So then we doubt, like, I hope that it should be, there should be light or it should not get dark. And then we, create what we don't want.
Yeah.
That's how it did. And
Harmeet, we actually lost you.
I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Just come back
Okay.
on.
Yeah. Just a second. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, you.
Okay. Okay. Lovely. So so what I was saying is, while you were talking, and I was kind of thinking, and I'm like, okay, that was very raw in my career. And then as I went, and then when I deal with a lot of people, they want to be positive, they're looking at that, but then they like to question. They want to question themselves. They want to question themselves at every point. So the moment you start questioning, then it is counterproductive to the whole idea, because you're not surrendering to the universe, you're not surrendering to that. You're questioning your own, logic. You're questioning your own intent, and I think to a large extent it comes from the fact that the ego or the insecurities of letting go. We don't want to let go. We want to be thinking in control of everything. We think we are in control of everything, and that inability to let go makes us very insecure, because how can I let go my thought process or my capability to sit in judgment of my own decision, because I need to be in control. So that control factor kind of doesn't allow people to surrender, because manifestation, as I've been listening to you and going, requires an absolute raw surrender without any ifs and buts. So that was where the question emanated from. Anyone else has a question? Sandeep ji, how about you? I'm going to put you in the dock. We didn't have you yesterday. It was good to see your smiling face today.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was good listening both of them, and I was just remembering that this how much better can I get? So this from this statement, it creates a lot of curiosity also, and at the same time it diminishes a lot of myth also, how much better it can get. So we should be that mindset. That mindset, how much better can I get, takes you to that positive affirmations kind of a feeling, right? And you from inside you are more getting insights that ki kya mujhe karna hai, mere intention kya hai, right? And that's what अभी मैं रिफ्लेक्शन की जब मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, तो इसी तरह से आई एम रियली ओवरवेल्म्ड कि मेरे को बहुत सारी चीजें समझ में आ रही हैं कि मैनिफेस्टेशन क्या करना चाहिए, कैसे करना चाहिए, राइट? सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल तो यही समझ में नहीं आता, वी गेट कंफ्यूज्ड, लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स वी गेट कंफ्यूज्ड, इजंट इट? So by listening to both of them, the one thing is very very clear, that the doubtfulness जो आती है, our intent should be very very clear. And once the intent is clear, I think more or less our path is going to be easier as far as the manifestation is concerned. We have conquered the first one. The first step is right, and then the next steps are going to be easy. As Minuji also said, that universe delivers, and it delivers at speed of light, right? So हम कहीं ना कहीं वो उसको मैसेज ही गलत देते हैं, या मैसेज ही गलत दे रहे हैं, और मैसेज या डिस्टॉर्टेड दे रहे हैं. So वो distorted, we will get the distorted things only, isn't it? We'll get more confusion. So intention has to be set right. That is what I I got from this. So how do you say about it?
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
I would say
anyone? Yeah, ma'am.
I would just say कि intention का right or wrong का कुछ नहीं है. It is about having an intention.
Yeah, that's also
So have an intention and then be intentional about it.
Yes.
Knowing the universe is picking up at a sensory level how you are being in the context of that intention. आपने जैसे intention create करा, universe ने deliver कर दिया. उसके बाद आपकी journey of manifestation is very much linked to how you're being in the context of.
Absolutely. Wonderful.
And I think there was one another lovely line that we need to pick up, which is that we are an important player and there is a key player. So you're not the key player, you're the important player, and the key player is the universe. So I think if you understand that part also, it also makes your role and the universe's role vis-a-vis each other very, it becomes significant where we are vis-a-vis the universe and how it needs to be the relationship needs to go. So any other question anyone has with Nupur ma'am or Meenu ma'am? Meenuji, how about you? You're awfully quiet today. We'd love to hear a question from you.
I think Meenaji
Or your inputs.
He wants to ask a question.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Please.
Yes, Pranam Meenuji, you know me and I know you. So my question is, ये जितनी चीजें हम समझ रहे हैं, आप हमको यंग एज में हमें कभी भी नहीं ये बताया गया किसी ने, तो ये सब चीजें अब हम समझ रहे हैं जबकि हमारा करियर और ये सब हम रिटायरमेंट ले चुके हैं, तो ये किस स्टेज पे हमको शुरू करनी चाहिए, किस स्टेज पे हमें नई जनरेशन को इंट्रोड्यूस करानी चाहिए? बिकॉज नाउ आई एम एबल टू डिस्कस एंड शेयर दिस नॉलेज, विजडम, नोइंग व्हाटएवर फ्रॉम डेटा टू नेक्स्ट लेवल. तो ये किस स्टेज पे और कैसे करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि ये चीजें बहुत इजीली अवेलेबल नहीं है समझने और समझाने के लिए. हम लोग अब सीख रहे हैं, तो लाइक स्कूल में कोई ऐसा सिलेबस नहीं है, मॉरल साइंस के पीरियड में भी कुछ नहीं, मैं टीचिंग लाइन में भी रह चुके हैं, ऐसा कहीं पे भी नहीं बताया गया जो अब हम सीख रहे हैं. तो ये कैसे इसको और वाइडली एक्सेप्टेड एंड वाइडली स्प्रेड किया जाए? दैट्स माय क्वेश्चन नाउ.
So Meena ji, a couple of things. One is कि बच्चे जो होते हैं ना, they are in their soul presence anyway. So you'll be surprised whether they express it or not. They actually have access to all of this and they operate this way. It's a matter of us as adults putting it into words. My 5-year-old, he says to me the other day, I think you heard me share this. He says, Minu Oma. Oma is in German means grandmother. He says, Minu Oma, I want to show you how fast I can run. And I said, okay. He says, okay, look at this one here. And then he runs. I says, you see how that was? Now, I'm going to show you how fast I can run. समझ में नहीं आई क्या बोल रहा है? And then he goes and does another run. And it is maybe 4 or 5 times faster than the first one. I said, well, what did you do? And he says, I just got my vision. I had that vision. I just saw with my vision. And then I opened my eyes and I ran for you. And now what he's doing is this manifestation really in action, So I don't believe it is we don't have to wait till they become adults. It's a matter of how do we integrate this stuff in in the existing ecosystem that our children are exposed to. So we have a project, my foundation has a project called Dignify Life. और उसका focus है every child is nurtured. And there's a very specific thing we are doing with the education system where we are really integrating this leadership with dignity as a part of the curriculum from first year onwards, first year college students onwards. But when I did this program with heads of 30 different institutions recently, their feedback was this has to begin much earlier in school, some of this content. So I'm currently really exploring that. How do we integrate some of this stuff much, much earlier? Of course, it won't be the habits of inspired leaders, but there'll be other stuff in terms of how you listen and how you become creative and, various things. So that is something that I'm working with Meena ji, and I would love to sound you out as a teacher, because you understand how the teaching system works, for it to be integrated in a way that is not invasive and that is not offensive, that actually, really nourishes and nurtures and enriches everyone's lives. So, iski zarurat hai, jaldi se jaldi, because so that the childlike wonderment remains.
I agree with that. Childlike. You have to be childlike, when you're manifesting. Yes, you have to be childlike. And the simplicity in it is when you design your intention, it should be childlike, simple, laser sharp, and yes, it will go to the universe.
If I may add, this is like manifesting like laughter yoga,
Yes.
in the childlike play.
Yeah, that's true.
That means like Coach CK was telling, I do laughter yoga exceptionally well because we have the capability to manifest our thoughts. Our happiness depends on our thoughts. Although as a trainer, you might see me, I feel happy and on you might not go, inside me I'm fighting my challenges. People call me Iron Lady. So if I can be Iron Lady and all of you here, I would like to share. I can be an Iron Crown Lady after this on 7th January to 2024, and I can manifest my career as a trainer, accredited, being healthy person, and seeing all of you. My flu has gone. It's just my tiredness has gone. So laughter is happiness is just about whatever you manifest is about social connection as well. If your social connection is right, then you have to be strong. Yeah. And I can see all of you manifesting light. That's why my topic was be the light, be the inspiration for self and others yesterday. So good topic. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rajvin, for sharing that. And both our speakers have made manifestation sound so simple, which was really awesome. Thank you so much for your. I don't think anybody else has any questions. Harmit, do you want to ask anything else, or we can move on then? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for organizing that so well. Thank you, Meenuji, and thank you, Nupurji, for those wonderful
Thank you.
sessions. So I have to move on now since it's already 10:30 to invite Sandeepji. And Sandeepji was missing yesterday, as Harmit pointed out.
Yeah, I was not there yesterday. I could
So
not
you
join
want
it.
to-
Actually, where I was, the signal was very low. I was at low network area. I wanted to join, but could not do that.
So if you would like to ask about yesterday's reflection, anybody would like to say, please go ahead.
Yeah. In
5
fact,
minutes.
I would like to ask anything from the yesterday's session. Anybody would like to have a sharing or insight or experience in quick 30 seconds? Maybe somebody can share. Anyone?
Can I share?
Yeah, go ahead. Quickly, 30 seconds.
Yesterday, I talked about how to be an inspiration, how to be the light and inspiration for self and others through gratitude, through self-love, and through laughter. So if I can be the light, everyone can be the light too.
Yes.
Thank you. Anyone can be able to comment. Let's hear from those people who didn't hear me yesterday. Harmit, do you have something to say? I feel like
You are mute. You are mute. Just Rajvin is asking your point of view for her yesterday's session. You are mute. You are mute, Harmeet ji.
I said, Sandeep ji, I would, heard her, and I would not kind of, uh, compartmentalize to what she said. In my opinion, her resilience, her way forward in life to just kind of do what she's doing and overcome. Uh, I wouldn't even say the challenges. It's just that it's an opportunity within the frameworks that she's doing
Right.
is a light itself for people around. So even if she, the content she has to say, more than the content, it's the behavior and the attitude, which itself is the
Absolutely.
light.
Absolutely. Very, very appreciable. Wonderful.
It's not so much from it's not so much from the content, like what you said. It's more like generosity. That's
No, it's
why.
your attitude towards the way that you're approaching itself. It's commendable, and it's the light itself.
Yes, and
Absolutely.
how I got the light from Dr. Nooper and my founder Nivika Devi Rajamanikam, who is a very, very commendable person. I hope, Dr. Nooper, if you could come now to Malaysia, we could give you a free seat on 7th January. If not, your blessings are with me. Hopefully, soon I will show you the crown.
Wonderful.
God bless.
God bless you, and we'll
All the
definitely look
best.
forward. We'll definitely look forward for it, Rajvin. So hats off to your resilience. Great going. Keep it up. So, so I come to today's reflection part. Although we have discussed about the manifestation part, so beautifully, so nicely, it has been explained. So why not, as a reflection part of it? No, we sometimes no forget our blessings. No, what we have, right? So why don't we remind ourselves that whatever blessings we have, let's reflect on that. Let's reflect on the blessings we have and start reflecting it from now onwards and keep carrying it on, and carry it forward. That is number one. And plus manifestation, if you are into the manifestation practicing, I would recommend, why don't we start writing manifesting no writing, right? The kind of journaling, you can say, but it's a different kind of a journaling. Maybe you need to know first of all that what do you want. What do you want? So write down your goals, your dreams, right? And what stuff you want in terms of, let's say, dreams, goals, and desires, right? All the things. So be clear on that, and then ask the universe. Universe is going to deliver that. And set your intention right. Use affirmative language and imagine yourself you getting it right, and be in a grateful mode, and express gratitude, express thank you. Start writing by giving thank you, right? And I've seen people who have been manifesting, they're getting results. Even in our whatever sessions I do, in fact, sometimes we go through these kind of exercises, and in our business coaching as well, right? So it is very important to know about your dreams, goals, and desires. So start writing it, start reflecting it, and then let's see how the magic happens. Thank you so much. Over to you, Minaji. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yes. Thank you, Sandeep ji, for encouraging us to get back into the journaling habit. Thank you so much. So we come to the conclusion of the day, and thank you so much, everyone, for joining. It was again an awesome evening, and tomorrow is the last day of our festival, and we are going to rock it. So please do join in again tomorrow. So thank you, everyone, and good
Thank
night.
you, all of
Thank you. Good night. Good
Namaste.
night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Nupurji, can you please end it? You are the host right now.
Okay.